What's up, Royal Spartan Tribe? This is Royal Spartan 125, back for yet another great reaction. Okay, this is I Will Defend Michael Monsoor's story. I think I got that right. No idea what this is about. Looks as if he's wearing an American flag on his, yeah. So, this is a requested video. If you'd like me to react to any other video, just leave it in the comment section down below, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. I'll be leaving links in the description down below for this video and this channel, so check out my links while you're there as well, yeah? Okay. Let's jump in.
There is a picture of Mike Monsoor that circulated the news after he died. It shows Mike shrouded in a greenish yellow smoke, emerging from the chaos of combat. If you knew Mike, or if you know his story, that picture speaks for Mike. And this is what that picture says.
Mikey was the prototypical Southern California kid, had a sense of style, fairly big kid, about 6'1", 210 pounds, but was just extremely quiet.
Wow. Okay, Michael Monsoor enlisted in the Navy in 2001 and earned his Navy SEAL Trident in 2004.
He was kind of a jokester. Every time you see him, he'd have kind of like this grin on his face. So you don't know whether or not he was scheming on something or if that was just his kind of, Southern California laid back nature.
Monsoor was assigned to SEAL Team 3 and deployed to Iraq in 2006 as part of Task Unit Bruiser?
Mike Monsoor was a new guy in Task Unit Bruiser, and he was just a hard-charging guy. He was one of those guys with such a great attitude, always put out, always had a smile. He had this kind of crooked smile on his face all the time, and you could just count on him for stuff.
When we first got word that we were going to be the task unit, TU Bruiser, we were going to deploy to Ramadi, we instantly knew, each and every one of us, that we were going to war, and this was finally our moment.
Al-Qaeda owned 2/3 of the entire city.
Task Unit Bruiser was in the thick of the fight, and for nearly 6 months, in almost daily, dangerous and violent urban combat operations.
From the second we stepped down, we were in contact with the enemy. But regardless of being rattled, it didn't deter the guys from putting their kit back on and getting back out there day after day.
At a time when so many guys were burnt out, had their fill of dangerous combat missions, Mike Monsoor was so eager to jock up in his combat gear, lock and load his big Mark 48 machine gun, and get out there with his Delta Platoon brothers and get after it.
So this was our last operation for the deployment. We were a week out from going home. It was myself and Mikey and 2 of our other fellow SEALs, and then we also had 4 Iraqi Jundis that were with us.
We were so close to going home that when we stepped off on that final mission on September 29th, 2006, we were proud of what we had accomplished. And it was a hard-fought battle, but we were seeing progress.
At some point, we don't know exactly, how they got there or where, how they were able to maneuver and sneak up on us, but a grenade did end up coming over the rooftop. And being behind Mikey, what I remember hearing was grenade, and the next thing I know was the explosion.
And so he made a very conscious and deliberate, selfless decision looked my direction, yelled grenade, and jumped down on it.
Wow. I can't even imagine what was going through his mind. Or the minds of the other soldiers that were there. I get why he did it. I mean, you know what I mean? He wanted to protect his friends. That's sad, to be honest. And wow. Monsoor jumped on the grenade, absorbed most of the force of the blast, and saved his teammates. He died 30 minutes later.
All I could say is that, you know, I'm alive today because of what Mikey did. By him going down on that grenade, you know, I now have a family, I have 3 kids, and I owe that all to Mikey.
I would have loved to see Mikey become a father, because I know he would have been a great father and a great husband. He's the steel that we all strive to be when we're on active duty, going to war.
And on behalf of a grateful nation.
On March 31st, 2008, Monsoor was posthumously... Sorry, I don't know what that word is. Never seen that word before. Awarded the Medal of Honor.
Going to war.
And on behalf of a grateful nation, we will present Michael Monsoor's family with the Medal of Honor.
Oh, this must be his parents.
I am Michael Monsoor. I love my country, my fellow SEALs, and the men fighting alongside us. We are fighting a determined enemy, but we are strong. Our strength is our brotherhood. Soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines fighting together. A brotherhood bound by sweat and blood and tears. Many of our brothers have fallen, but we fight on. For the men to our left and right, we fight on. I am Michael Monsoor, and I am ready. Forged by faith and family, molded by belief and brotherhood, I have lived life to its fullest, and I have no regrets.
We can't bring Mikey back, but we can live in his memory, in his image, and try to be the best human beings that we can be.
And it's just an honor to have known and worked with a guy like Mike Monsoor.
The moments that I did have with Mikey, I cherish every day. I talk about him to my kids so they understand.
For the United States of America, I christen thee, Michael Monsoor. May God bless this ship.
The zumwalt-class destroyer USS Michael Monsoor, DDG 1001, is named in his honor.
And all who sail in her.
I think if Mikey saw the ship, you know, it's cutting edge advanced technology, and I think, like I say, with Mikey in the platoon, he was always at the front, you know, leading the way, and the way the ship is designed, it's going to be leading the way in the future.
I just want to say, people look for hope where they can get it. And when it comes to acts of bravery, those are the things we look to the most. Whether we agree with whatever war being fought, or you know, whether or not we agree with the politics of it, it doesn't matter. The soldiers, they're not there to be political, you know, people, or to be. They just do their jobs. You know what I mean? They're sent to fight, and they fight, and that's it. It's up to us to help them sort of fight the right fights. You know what I mean? Our governments are in charge, fair enough. They send the soldiers in to do what they want them to do and things like that there. But it's up to the people of these free nations to keep their governments in check. You know? We need to stand up for what we believe in, but we don't dishonor the dead. You know what I mean? There's people out there that would actually turn around and say, oh, he sacrificed himself for nothing and he shouldn't have done it and he shouldn't have been a soldier and he shouldn't have done this. Let me tell you something, that man is braver than me, he's braver than most of the people I know. And he didn't do it because of his government, he didn't do it because he was, you know, politically motivated. He did it for his friends, his teammates, his brothers, you know. That's why he sacrificed himself in that moment. And I can't imagine myself in that position. You know what I mean? I'm not that brave. I'm just not. There it is.
Leading the way in the future.
There is no way that a steel and iron ship can ever replace the flesh and blood that was Michael Monsoor. But it seems there can be no more fitting memorial to him than a warship. A warship that proudly bears his name. And in this ship and in its crew, Mike's spirit will live on. Through this ship, Michael Monsoor will still represent the very best our country has to offer. He will inspire the crew, just as he inspired his teammates. And just as Michael Monsoor did, the USS Michael Monsoor will go forward willingly into harm's way and will stand tall without hesitation or regrets and face down evil and malevolence, saying boldly to the world, I will defend. That is Michael Monsoor.
That is the end of the video. A very solemn video. But I think it's very necessary as well, you know. We need to see the sacrifices of our soldiers. You don't really think about it. You know what I mean? You live in this country that we have so many privileges, so many rights, and you don't think about the sacrifices of those who have fought to keep these places free and these rights protected. You know, you may not agree with everything political, everything that these soldiers are doing, but you can't deny that without them, where would we be? Would our countries exist? Would our freedoms exist? Would our privileges exist? No, they wouldn't. War is a very evil thing. It's a very terrible thing, and unfortunately, I'm not saying that soldiers are bad or evil, but we need them to fight for us, and it's a necessary evil on their part. Not that they are evil themselves. It's a very touchy subject. I'm trying to skirt around it as much as possible, but we need hope. We do. But we also need to keep our governments and the people who represent us in the government in check. Yeah? Respect to Michael Monsoor and his comrades, and to his family. Feel bad for them. And I feel bad for him because he never got to live, you know? He sacrificed for a way of life. So his friends could go and live that life, hopefully. And I heard one of them saying he's got 3 kids now, he's living the life that he fought to protect. And Michael Monsoor never will. He'll never get that chance. He'll never get the chance to meet a woman, fall in love, have kids. Until next time, I am out of here.